Hey guys, what's up? I'm gonna do a reading from the stripper card deck. I love this deck. It's so funny because people talk so much trash about strippers, but it's actually a pretty hard job. Believe it or not. So we're gonna see what we can learn from this deck. What do you need to know? Let's see what it has to say. Trade-off. Sometimes sacrifices have to be made, requiring you to give up what matters to you. But if you want something you never had, you must do something you've never done. So this is what it fell out in reverse. So maybe you guys in the past wanted something new and you chose to do something you've never done before, and maybe it worked out for you. And you had to trade some things in your life, but you knew that that was what was necessary, okay? It's in reverse. So maybe some of you don't want to make trade-offs. Maybe you don't want to compromise those things anymore. Maybe you want to change to where you don't feel like you have to make compromises that you're just not wanting to do at this time, okay? But maybe in the past you felt like you had to choose, you had to sacrifice. Yeah, and you had to suck it up. It says, nothing in life worth having comes easy. Put on your big girl panties and deal with it. It takes sweat, determination, and hard work to achieve what you want in life. So maybe in the past you guys had to work really hard and put your big girl and big boy panties on and suck it up. But it's in reverse. So you guys are coming out of that energy where it's like you have to sacrifice and you have to make all these trade-offs and you just have to get in there and go, go, go. Maybe things are coming more easily to you. Maybe you're learning how to attract rather than to chase. Okay, and that's what you can learn. Really, I think the most successful dancers don't chase, they let things come to them. Distractions, okay? It says you must learn to manage your time and avoid getting distracted if you want to take your life to the next level. So maybe you guys have been experiencing distractions, okay? And avoid the risk of losing out on opportunities. So maybe you guys have been allowing things to be distracting to you. You guys need to really focus. And I forget which chakra is the yellow chakra. Is that it's not the root chakra. I think it's the sacral chakra. But anyways, work on that chakra. Maybe eat some bananas so you can get some more potassium because she has bananas on her. And maybe wear yellow to like brighten you, eat yellow foods. Meditate on the color yellow. But you guys have to work on not allowing distractions to get in your way of what you want to do. Maybe in the past you were distracted and you weren't managing your time well, so it was making you feel like you had to suck it up. You had to make sacrifices, okay? And this card came out. Wild guess. It's interesting because like all the eyes are covered except for the first one on here. So maybe there was something you weren't seeing in the past, but you're starting to see it. Keep them guessing. Ooh, you're keeping people guessing. Sometimes the game of uncertainty can create the response you need by becoming unpredictable. So maybe you guys started being unpredictable. Change it up and keep them on their toes. Right. So you guys are learning how to sometimes go within and disconnect from the world, and this makes people really, they think you're distracted, but in reality you're just going within. But this has people like guessing, wondering, talking, and it just keeps you sort of at the front and center of people's minds. And it's not like you're doing it on purpose, it's just like you're just doing you, but to other people they feel like you're playing some kind of game or whatever. And they feel like you're just distracted, and they don't like that you're not sacrificing yourself. They don't like that you're not just sucking it up and feeling like you have to always be working, always be on, always be in the mix. You know what I'm saying? You have people guessing and really like curious. You have people's curiosity peaks about you, collective. Because you're ruling your own domain. Right. So you're the queen of your own domain. You're not sitting behind the scenes and giving away your power anymore like you were before, chasing, chasing, chasing. You're not giving your power away anymore. You're accepting who you are, what you want, and you're not making apologies for it. You guys have learned, and this came up in the reading I did before, you're learning how to be more decisive and figure out what you want. And this is making people really confused, because you're coming out of the illusions in your life. When you attach yourself to the illusion, you risk riding the roller coaster of pain and pleasure. You can choose to expand your view of reality and move beyond the illusion. Yeah, you guys were on this cycle of like pain, pleasure, pain, pleasure, pain, pleasure. And you just felt like you had to suck it up and deal with it. And that, you know, you're going to have to put all this determination and sweat and work, work, work. But you're learning now to sit on your throne, let things come to you, really dive into that Empress energy as we talk about in Tarot, and get out of that pain pleasure cycle. Like, if I do good, it's pleasurable. If I do bad, it's pain. If things don't go how I want, oh my God. And then when things go the way you want, it's all right. Like, it's just these ups and downs, highs and lows. You're learning how to balance more. And you're, by not always sacrificing and trading off everything, this for that, tit for tat. And not allowing things to distract you. And you guys really are learning how to see things for what they really are. And in the past, it's like you guys, some of you guys struggle with that, you know, seeing and just always feeling the highs and lows, highs and lows. You guys are trying to get out of that roller coaster, like rat race, hamster wheel type mentality. Yeah, because you guys are not one size fits all. You started thinking, maybe you guys were like very one size fits all. Like, this is the formula. This is how I have to do it. Everything is this or that. It has to be this way. And you're coming out of that one size fits all. You're mindful of your approach to others and how they may think and feel. And you're careful not to jump to conclusions and pass judgments. Maybe you guys were passing judgments and you're jumping to conclusions. You're making assumptions based on a one size fits all ideal. Maybe in the past, you guys felt like you had to be a certain way, a certain size, a certain demeanor, a certain look. But that's not true, because not all one size fits all. Some people like variety. You guys are learning how to be more authentic, be more yourself, not give into some sort of society's ideal of who you should be. You're ruling your own domain. You're deciding what the queen should look like, or be like, or act like, or feel like, or think like, or carry themselves like, right? So, and then this is the thing, this came in reverse, and it says promote yourself. So you guys might have always been promoting yourself, always been out there, always trying to sell yourself, and now it's like, you're not just getting out there, you're not just always promoting yourself and making new contacts, okay? You are learning how to use your discernment to decide who can really, you know, help you to bring out your talents and abilities to your best potential, by not just, you know, putting yourself out there for anyone. You're being more selective, okay? I was looking at what her tattoo says. She likes a sun. That's very interesting. Hey, I don't know. Her tattoo on her face. Don't you got maybe you guys, I don't know. Tattoos are crazy. All right, one of a kind. Uncover your unique brand of beauty and embrace your power by adopting a new perspective, even if it does not fit within the conventional mold. Escape perfectionism. It was in reverse. So in the past, you guys might have thought like you have to be a certain way. You don't realize you're one of a kind. You're you, and that's what sells you. It's not like you're selling yourself, but you know what I mean? That's what makes you successful in life, is being you and embracing your power. And in the past, maybe you weren't. Maybe you were stuck in just a one way of thinking and you had to change your perspective. So collective, you're learning from the stripper deck, how to change your perspective, how to be one of a kind, not fitting in with a conventional mold, and to stop being in this perfectionism attitude about yourself. You're embracing everything about who you are, okay? Let me see what my cards say, if anything good will pop out of here. Life is a matter of choices, and every choice you make makes you choose sensibly. So you guys have been changing your choices. You're making different choices. And you're realizing how important your choices are. And you're becoming more sensible. And sometimes you deal with people and you might be disappointed, but you're not surprised. You're not surprised, okay? Because you're becoming more self-aware. Okay, there are people that might enjoy, and maybe people in your past, or maybe people where you work, or people around you who enjoy shaming and embarrassing others. They're like little busy bees, just buzzing around. They're haughty and condescending. They think they know more. It says trivia winner on there, on the sticker that I put. Trivia winner. Maybe they think they know everything. Maybe they enjoy shaming and embarrassing others. And maybe you felt shamed and embarrassed. I will tell you guys, I used to be very ashamed, like very, very self-conscious of my body and just everything in the past. Like, I never felt good enough until I started dancing, actually. And dancing really helped me with my confidence, because you look around and you see that people like women of all shapes, all sizes, all different types of dancing, all different types of personalities. And it helped me to realize one size doesn't fit all. And I was under an illusion that I had to fit some kind of mold, and it was just distracting me. And these people with their condescending and shaming and trying to embarrass me, I realized I could overcome that, and I have been working on it. And I think collective, you have been. You're getting away from these haughty, condescending people. And you're not allowing people to shame or embarrass you anymore, because you don't care what people think. You only care what the Creator thinks. Okay? And I think some of these people from the past wish things were different. Maybe in the past you wish things were different, but things will unfold as they're supposed to, okay? So, don't wish things were different. Accept how things are, accept the things you can't change the things you can, have the wisdom to know the difference, and be happy how things are unfolding in your life. Be content and have gratitude, because a lot of things that you think are happening that they don't seem good at the time, they're actually protecting you, they're actually guiding you, they're actually putting you where you need to be, they're actually helping you grow, they're actually teaching you something. There's a lesson in everything, right? Spiritually poisons others in healthy situations. Yeah, that's these people around you who are trying to, don't allow these people to spiritually poison you with their shaming and their constant criticisms, okay? Allow your own thoughts to come out and believe in yourself. And don't allow people to, be open to other people's points of view, but also be willing to take a stand in what you believe in, because these people will spiritually poison you, and they can take a healthy situation and make it unhealthy. But you guys are overcoming all these things. You're working on your body image. You're realizing what's your target. You might not know exactly what you want in life or in someone. You might be shooting aimlessly and hoping something sticks, but you guys are figuring out what you want, and you are slowly cleaning up your life and finding direction. Even though it may not seem like it, that is what is happening in your life, slowly. Stop accumulating stuff and focus more on contributing to the world. You guys have shifted your focus from things, materialistic things, people, collecting people, things, anything, events, moments, and you are focusing more on contributing to the world and making the world a better place, okay? Sometimes you might think, okay, that's enough for me today, but you're balancing it. You know when to give and you also know when to pull back. That's what you're learning. You're learning when to give and, you know, when to promote yourself, when not to, how to break these illusions. Like I said, you can learn a lot from strippers. There's a whole deck on it. But anyway, those are your messages. Wait. I just gotta get it as a card. I know, this is so long. Don't get mad. Get quiet, don't get mad. Okay, we'll just get one. And then I promise I'll go and I'll leave it alone. Y'all aren't even watch this anyway. So stop complaining. Choose pieces, the one I just left. Okay. Balance home life and career. Oh my god, that's crazy because we were just talking about this. So you guys are learning how to balance your home life and career. Maybe you guys overworked in the past, overdid. Remember, overdoing is fear in disguise. Overdoing, think about that, listen to me. And I used to be, I still struggle with overdoing, but overdoing is fear in disguise, which is like what addiction is. Obsessive compulsive behavior, thinking you have to hold on to something, thinking you have to overdo, you are in fear. Learn to choose love over fear. Free yourself from those cycles and those patterns. Don't overwork. Balance your home life with your career. Okay, I gotta get one more. Don't get mad at me. I'm addicted to cards. I'm overdoing. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, yeah, you guys are about to have a positive change. This is Parvati. She's like the goddess of the mountains, and maybe you guys should go to the mountains, or you know, maybe like just do like a meditation where the mountains are involved. But she helps you to accept changes and to go with the flow and not to get too fixed and stuck in a rut and not overdo. So that's what you guys are learning. Jesus, open your heart to love, which, as I said, choose love over fear. Jesus. Yeah. Oh my goodness, your twin flame is coming through. I'm not even going to get into twin flame. Focus on your strengths. That's what I said. That's what I learned to do when I started dancing. I learned how to focus on my strengths and to realize that people can love all kinds of things about you. Things that you think are weaknesses, other people see as strengths. So remember that. And that's from Apollo. Very strong. And Ganesh. Ganesh helps you. Yes. If you have a question, yes, go for it. Say yes to yourself. Say yes to your happiness. Say yes to having faith. Say yes to love and not fear. Okay? And Ganesh will help you to overcome your obstacles. And then the spiritual law of attraction. You guys are attracting your twin flame. You're learning about choosing love over fear. You're learning about opening your heart to love. You're learning to focus on your strengths. And you're learning to accept positive changes. So that's what you can learn from strippers. All right, I love you guys. Bye.